and that's fine. No
Oh,
problem.
definitely. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Perisas Horizon chat room. This is a platform that is going to feature entrepreneurs, corporate executives, professionals, some of our youth. So come in here and have a little conversation with me. I am Patricia Jifamen Salakai, the founder of Perisas Horizon. I am passionate about inspiring and motivating people through training, coaching, and mentoring so that they can fulfill their God-given potentials and scale higher heights. Today, I have the honor of having the founder of Zenfusion with me in our studios. As we wait a little while to get more viewers coming to join us in the studio, let me give you a brief background about who our guest for today is. In fact, I must say I have known her for well over 5 years now, and she has been an inspiration to me personally, though from afar. We first interacted when she joined Toastmasters and actually became the president of the first Toastmasters club that I ever had the opportunity to coach. At the time, they were known as the MFA Toastmasters Club, but now the Airport Toastmasters. So let me just give you a brief background about her. As you can see, she is not Ghanaian. She comes from Pakistan and resides in Ghana for the past 6 years. She launched Zenfusion Academy in the year 2016, and it is an online educational platform for professionals to fulfill their motto of raising the bar to excellence. So today in our conversation, we are going to listen to how Munnira, through her coaching and training sessions, inspires her audience and her clients to raise the bar to excellence. Once again, Munnira, you are welcome to our studio. And I'm going to give you the spotlight to just tell us a bit about yourself. Help us to get to know you. For those of you who don't know you from afar or don't know you up close and personal, who is Munnira? They will be asking. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Hello, Patricia. Thank you so much for hosting me here. I'm loving to be with you once again. As you mentioned, we have been friends actually much before, I guess, past 3 years now, 3.5 years when we joined together in Toastmaster. And it has been a really wonderful experience meeting you. You are a wonderful lady doing a great job here. About myself, yes, I'm truly very much from Pakistan and have been working in different companies, gathering all the experiences. And I think I was preparing myself for this time, which is currently right now here. I was associated with a couple of multinational companies in Pakistan, and I was doing my own business as well. That was a really good experience. In Pakistan also, when you start a business, like here, you have to go through a couple of, bumps in the journey. You have to go through a couple of drills in the journey. So I have been through all that. But I kept myself into a continuous learning journey that was really good, which is paying off right now in this term. I guess past 5.5 years, I'm here in Ghana. But my total African experience is now 10 years, because before that I was in Congo as well. So Ghana is my actually fourth African country.
Wow, that is indeed amazing. So for the past 5.5 to 6 years, you have been part of our Ghanaian culture. And I believe you have found some similarities as well as differences in terms of how Ghanaians behave and do their things. And I believe it forms a part of our thinking process and the way we take action, which is quite important when it comes to the area of entrepreneurship. So let us hear from you looking back at your childhood in Pakistan and the sort of mindset that helped you to build. How different or how similar have you found that in terms of your relationship and dealings with those in Ghana? So let's hear a bit about your childhood.
Yeah, I guess that childhood is a very important area, which is focused either in childhood itself or it is focused afterwards when you have your own children. Then you start relating things that why my parents were doing that and why I need to do the same thing here with my children. So in my childhood, we were really, encouraged and appreciated always for education and always pushed forward to go for a career, go for experiences, take risks. And I guess because my father was already in a business, so he was always encouraging us to develop a mindset of an entrepreneur. And my parent, both of them, mother and father, both of them, really positive thinkers, in a careful manner, so that when you take risks, you have to be calculative as well. So it was good. I'm the eldest one, so I had my own, control and power kind of thing in the house. Although we are three sisters and three brothers, everyone is settled, everyone is working. But I really enjoyed my childhood. I had really good fun areas. We were encouraged to play, encouraged to be part of different activities, take participation in those, encouraged to take whatever we want to go forward with. It was not pushed towards what is happening in the world, so I should follow. It wasn't like status quo that okay, everybody's becoming a doctor, so you have to become a doctor. More appreciated towards evolving that what I want to do. So
I love that. More about evolving. It means you have the opportunity to sort of define who you want to be and then focus on bringing that out of you in terms of your potential. And I know your mantra is raising the bar to excellence.
yeah.
Why is that so important to you? And is that something that you feel everyone should believe in, raising the bar to excellence?
It's because, Patricia, I see that if we take the current situation of the pandemic, if we take the current situation of COVID-19, everybody is so, fearful. They don't know about the future. It's kind of a situation where you do not know what will happen tomorrow. You do not know what will happen next week. Everybody's waiting on Sunday for the president to address and give the next measures to be taken. So similar situation is actually throughout the life. It's not like everything is fixed and will take place continuously as we have planned. Situations can erupt. So my mantra is to raise the bar to excellence is because the one thing only we can control, there are controllable things and there are uncontrollable things. The one thing we can control is improving ourselves, our abilities, and the environment around us on a continuous basis. And that really matters because then you are working towards a positive mindset. You are becoming insightful. You are focusing and putting your attention, your strength towards those things which matter instead of those things which are just half truth and half false, or those news which actually change every hour. So I kept this mantra throughout my life, and that's why I put it for Zenfusion Academy as well. That what made me today, Munnira, Sheikh, whoever I am happy. Becoming happy is the best and important thing. What people realize at the end of their lives is that how will why am I not happy although I'm wealthy? Why am I not happy although I'm having a very superior kind of a position in a good multinational company? Because they miss out something which is called balance. And balance doesn't mean 50-50%. Balance means which area needs more attention. So if you keep the raising bar of excellence means you are attending everywhere, whatever needs your attention, and then improving it bit by bit. And excellence actually matters. Though it matters that what is the definition of excellence in front of you.
Wow. I love the fact that you have given us the relevance of shooting higher above the bar rather than below the bar. Now, I know you are also passionate about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And right from Pakistan coming into Ghana, you have initiated different projects and established different companies. Can you throw a little bit of light on that? What does entrepreneurship mean to you, and what have you been involved in so far in Ghana?
Okay, for me, entrepreneurship is more look into possibilities, looking into solutions, and looking into insights, and using your wisdom and knowledge together to get the answers for these possibilities and opportunities. Now, back in Pakistan, as I told you, I've been into my entrepreneurship 6 years experience as well, but before that, actually, I was learning all the systems. So I've been into marketing research, I have been into advertising agency, I have been into branding kind of stuff. And in all those experience days, I was learning that how products are formed through understanding consumer behaviors. You see, so once we know consumer behavior is basically about, people are finding something, people are looking for something, people are having some kind of problem, and that an entrepreneur picks up and then create its own brand, offering the solutions to those gaps or those needs. And that is how the consumer and the producer actually match up, where they have lucrative business. So entrepreneurship for me is finding out possibilities and opportunities in these times also. And
Definitely.
Zenfusion Academy is therefore, we didn't build up many companies. We actually build up brands according to the possible potential customers, the clientele avatar we have. According to them, we build it up different brands. Okay, who will need what? How can I support them in accessing that information? And our main core area of all these exposure or all this availability is through online, because somehow I had this gut feeling that for me as a woman working from home, to keep a balance with my children and my house and family life, also
Mhm.
having a balance with my career, being an entrepreneur and especially working from home is a good combination. So I established Zenfusion Academy online.
I love the fact that you've touched on this very key aspect when it comes to entrepreneurship and the women. The
Yep.
fact that you needed to focus more online to keep that balance. So I'm sure most people that are watching us and are also women entrepreneurs will be wondering, how are you able to effectively combine work and the family life? When you talk about balance and also aspiring towards excellence in all you do, how can you give us some examples of the practical ways in which you're able to manage both sides?
So first of all, I should tell you, it is easy. Okay, it is easy to do it, but definitely I should also tell you it needs some effort. It needs some, you have to put in a lot.
Hmm.
I say it is easy because once you are through with those initial days when you are striving hard to, combine everything together, be disciplined and be regular on routine checkups, and you have to make sure you don't miss out your children parent teacher meeting, and you have to make sure you don't miss out your husband's kind of engagement. So it includes a bit of drill. And the thing is that what action steps are you taking for it? Are you thinking much before when you really go into this family business? When you really
Mhm.
come into this and create a family, much before you have to think about it. So I
I
guess
like that a
before,
lot.
yeah,
Thinking
before,
before. It
yeah,
means
people
planning
get.
goes into it.
Yes, I mean, see, I guess I will not say that there is a difference between genders and inequality kind of stuff. There is equality, there has to be equality, very much sure. But then we have to be self aware. Who am I? Right?
Hmm.
And this is what we want to bring in through Zen Fusion Academy, that if I know who am I will plan my future accordingly. I will plan my cushions around me accordingly. I will plan my, dumps and the ditches which I'll be facing in life accordingly, because I have to. If I go for something which is sure short going to hamper my married life, I should be able to say no to that one. But it
Mhm.
is only possible for me to do it gratefully, to happily and pleasantly, if I'm prepared beforehand.
Okay. We will go soon to check if we have any questions from those who are currently watching. So for those who joined midway, as I just put in the comment section, we have Munnira Sheikh with us in the chat room today. She is the founder of Zenfusion Academy, and her motto is Brazen Bar to Excellence. Today we are having a discussion on the topic entrepreneurship excellence. And if you have any questions for her, please do post it in the chat box. I will check in a few moments and see how best Munnira can tackle some of the questions right now or get back to you later on. Now, to progress with our discussion, when we think about entrepreneurship in itself, we know that it's not just about reading about it or learning about it, but the practicalities. Because for looking at what Schumpeter, the father of entrepreneurship, says, it is more about constantly and incessantly creating, distracting the old processes, and then coming in with the new processes. How well do you see Ghanaians, especially being in Ghana right now, how well do you see us being creative with the way we do things in terms of our product offerings, our service offerings, and are we really entrepreneurial minded?
Yes, I would start with the yes, because I see that people are encouraged, people are hopeful, people are taking risks to be an entrepreneur. But there is some missing link, you know. The missing link is that everybody wants to become an entrepreneur, but there is a full stop after that or before that. You know, that's a cage. So what is missing is that before being an entrepreneur, you have to have some job experience. Why is that? To understand how businesses run, to understand what are the modus operandi, to understand what people do, how things function, what is the infrastructure of the company, how will, if you are very much sure that, okay, in this area I have to go and do, in agriculture I have to do my business, you must be giving some years of your life in experiencing on the ground and root level that how this thing function. So this is the before part of it. And then there comes a next part of an entrepreneur, which is a continuous learning. You know, so what people I have found that people are eager to become an entrepreneur here. That's a good point. But then there is some gap. They started without having a job. Now that could be an answer that there are no jobs. I would not agree with that. If you have actually nurtured yourself in a well-wanted candidate, you will definitely get a job somewhere.
To work on. So it means that especially for the corporate executives that are watching us, a lot of corporate executives are already entrepreneurial because in their organizations, they are also part of the processes, taking risks and then discovering innovative ways in which we can effectively deliver on the organizational goals or individual goals, departmental goals, etc. And for those who are looking at probably turning a hobby into an entrepreneurial venture, adding that innovativeness that creates a solution to a problem that their client or their target market is facing, what advice would you give to them?
Yeah, so I will continue with what I was saying is that, see, we need to understand how to bring excellence. That's what we started with. Our tagline is raising bar to excellence. And to become an entrepreneur, I have 4 points with you to share. One is how to develop your wisdom. Okay. Second is knowledge. Third is strategy. And fourth is continuous learning. Now, how all these are connected? See, we say that success is what happens when preparation meets with opportunities, right? So if we are prepared much before, if we have really, when I was, by wisdom, I mean having self-awareness. When I knew much before, even becoming an entrepreneur, much before that, I knew that I want to be an entrepreneur. The way I appointed myself into some companies was to learn. I was eager to fetch knowledge. I was eager to get, thrown away. I was eager to get understanding how leaders are different and how bosses are different. So there is a difference between leader and a boss. How manager need to cooperate. How teamwork happens. How teamwork brings knowledge. How teamwork brings efficiency into the production.
I like that bit about understanding even how to manage, how to lead effectively, how to actually gain experience from one's own background and build some sort of expertise before bringing that into their entrepreneurial ventures. So what would you say to a lot of the accomplished entrepreneurs when they are interviewed? Most of them come up with a statement that says, well, I didn't want to work under anyone. I wanted to be my own boss. And that is why I ventured into entrepreneurship. I don't know about you, but I find that very odd, because as entrepreneurs, it gets to a point where you need to work together with others, work in teams, manage teams. So what do you say to that?
Up till some time, I used to say the same. But then when I learned this code that carve your gold in stones and your plans
Mm,
in sand, it changed my mind. Because what happened is, okay, you want to be an entrepreneur, that is the goal. Okay, keep it in
mm-hmm,
front of you. But you cannot miss out, and you have to keep changing, and your adaptability has to be there as per experience, as per the time passes, as per you at different situations come up, and the situations come up. You never know when is the right time to be an entrepreneur. So when we say that I cannot work under the boss, actually, I think it's a misinterpretation of something they have been through. But entrepreneurs have to be under a boss to become a boss, because then that's how they have learned that how to be a leader. And right now in 21st, I mean, now we are in 2020, we cannot speak about being a boss. We have to be a leader,
a leader. That's
right?
it.
Because now
Yeah.
everybody is able to think. Now information, knowledge is accessible to everyone. So people
Everyone.
are not fooled who are going to work under anybody. They are able to question you. So to become a leader,
That's
it is
it.
for me so important to be knowledgeable, to be extremely experienced, to be really, that's why I told you the 4 points I have is wisdom, knowledge, strategy, and continuous learning. Now, wisdom includes self-awareness. If I'm self-aware
Mm,
what I want, and you also become, those who are listening right now, you want have to be self-aware. What do you want? Why do
yeah.
you want? Okay. And this is a continuous process actually. It builds up your intuition as the time passes. And once you are self aware, you will make right decisions, because then you know what to say yes and what to be said no.
Mm-hmm.
Self
That's a
awareness
fact.
about yourself inside, and then self awareness about the outer environment, the environmental awareness. That has to be
Mm,
developed by being critical minded, by being analytical minded, right? And then you have to develop your emotional intelligence. So
mm-hmm.
self-awareness actually have these 3 points: self-awareness itself and acceptance, environment awareness, and then EQ development. Then comes
That's
knowledge.
it.
As an entrepreneur, you have to be knowledgeable. You have to be, your mission should be like seeking knowledge from everywhere and anywhere. Most of the time, what happens is people do not ask for help.
That's it.
Sometimes the ego comes in. Sometimes they think that, okay, he's a CEO, he's not going to talk to me, or should I go or should I not? But not every, I mean, there are so many people who are able to help. So ask for help.
Exactly.
And help doesn't mean any kind of like financial aid. It means help. It means sharing knowledge. It means mentoring. It means guiding you that what is right and what is wrong. What is my experience? It might fit you or might not, but I should share my experience with you.
Definitely. I love that, because at the end of the day, you must really understand what you're into and be ready to learn and get deeper insights into it, because that is what will essentially enable you to aim towards excellence and actually differentiate your product and your service from what your competitors are doing. Well, I know that in our times, especially with the pandemic and lockdown and everything, it is so critical for businesses as well as entrepreneurs to continue engaging with their target market and even beyond, because we know entrepreneurship is also about expanding your market and your reach. So tell us a bit about your other project concerning online businesses, and how can those who are watching us right now take advantage of online businesses.
Okay, so we are currently working online by sharing more of the stuff. Most of the stuff is free. I mean, you can watch now YouTube channel. You can watch our groups we have created. Zenfusion Academy is the page name. You can join us. And I guess Patricia has already shared the link of my product page, which is I'm
Yeah.
currently training people on how to find your online product. Mostly what happened is that people do not know, especially on the coaching sector. This is the industry we are really focusing in, but slowly and gradually we are also bringing in different insights from experts who are into online businesses, how you can put up your startup, what kind of startup you can go into, what is the best working way in a startup, how can you bring up a team together which can help you in the startup, and then finally how to get the investment as well. So my motive now is that I should be sharing a lot of information, and a lot of guest appearances will be coming on Zenfusion Academy page. You should join that. We have a Zenfusion community club as a group. You can join that. That from there you will actually be updated that what kind of lecturers or experts are coming to join us to share the knowledge and information. We really want to help out those startups and those entrepreneurs who are stuck somewhere to transform their own side business into an online business. So we are offering services. First of all, my training is currently going on. Patricia has already shared the page. You can join in the training. It's a 5-day training, and it's really awesome. We have simplified everything. Now is the time to be quick and to be on the point. It's not like having a 6 months, big course to really learn, because now information is everywhere. What my work is to scrutinize it, to make it beautiful, to make it easily accessible for everybody, and learn quickly from it. So this is what we are doing. We are doing right now, and we want to really help startups that how to form your pitches, how to make the presentations, how to do the governance of the startup business setup, and so on and so forth. So we will be addressing these points in coming webinars we will be holding on Zenfusion Academy.
Wow, there is so much to learn from you, Munnira. I feel like we can go on and on. However, I will take a few moments and check in the comment section if we have any questions from our guests who are watching us right now. And what I want you to touch on, because I know the entrepreneurial journey can sometimes be so hectic. People have grown sometimes from better to worse simply by becoming entrepreneurs. What do you do to relax and get yourself out of those stressful moments from one entrepreneur to the other, especially when you are in the service industry where you're producing a service?
It's a very good question, Patricia. I guess even you asked before also that how can we balance that? It's a really good question. See, as I said, sometimes it's really fun, it's engaging, it's easy. I really enjoy it because it's my passion. I really enjoy it because I was self-aware what I need to do, what I want to do. It's good because I'm getting new knowledge every day, so I'm continuously learning. It's good. At the same time, it's hectic as well because working from home, and then adapting the new information coming. Technology is changing every day, every bit and piece, every moment it's changing, and we have to be on the ground to see that we don't miss out anything. So it's challenging, but then I love challenges. It needs some support from your family. So I'm, alhamdulillah, my husband is really very supporting. My kids are really supporting. I have tuned them in a way that they know that I'm live right now, so they don't have to make noise. They are actually adapting the things I am doing. So they are really keen into making videos. They are keen into making scripts. They are keen into making material for education as well. So this is how that again come back to the first point, self-awareness. If you are aware, you have to do what you will be doing in next 10 years. You can fine tune all the bricks and pieces, which are the puzzle pieces of the whole your life, and then you can place them nicely into their position.
I love that. And I just love the fact that you mentioned just having the support of the family and having their cooperation. Sometimes they don't understand it all because it's a journey. And I know it gets really difficult when they don't understand where you're going, and yet they need to also support. I had to ask my kids to be downstairs for now.
It happens with me also. I think it's normal human structure like this. I mean, even I get annoyed sometimes and things are not working well and this and that. But then I really want to focus on one more thing, that people should also take up that meditation, having your time of being mindful. And again, it will actually amplify your self-awareness journey, your EQ development, your IQ intelligence. What next step should I put into my strategy and action plan? If you keep 15 minutes every day for yourself and focus on your body, first of all, to relax it, and then focus upon around your environment. We have to create and uplift and really nurture our wisdom area. What people mistakenly do is that they nurture the certificates and degrees.
I love that.
They are promising, but more promising is your wisdom. How are you going to apply those degrees into some proper business or your entrepreneurship journey?
I mean, what you just stated brings me right to the next question I have for you. I remember there was a time where I was struggling to simply get that motivation to continue actioning the things that I wanted to do in achieving a certain goal. And what I did was I had to, in that same light of self-awareness, I had to sort of recall, reflect, refresh, and then think of what can I do to challenge myself. And I decided to hop on board a tour to Central Region in Ghana. I went on the Kakum Walkway. You know how scary that can be. But I told myself, with my mantra, scaling higher heights, let me challenge myself, go all the way, walk, feel the fear, but do it anyway. So what adventure would you want to see yourself embarking on? Or what do you do to challenge yourself when you get into those low moments? What do you do to sort of inspire you to get back off your feet and then continue raising the bar to excellence?
Okay, so I keep trying different things actually. And the first and mostly the thing I try is actually keeping myself idle for a moment and keeping myself, just away from the world, sitting in silent place and just thinking and reflecting. Okay, what was going on? What was I thinking? What was actually happening? There is a difference always what I am thinking and what actually is happening. So once you figure out that there is a fog in between, then you actually calm yourself down. Exercise is also a very, very good. I really appreciate people who take out some time in the whole day to exercise, because see, these things are what making us think. They make us capable of thinking and being more creative. If you find out and ask people who are successful up till now, you will find that exercise and meditation are a regular part of their journey. Talk about any big entrepreneur, you will find that people actually divide and divinely give the time that they have to meditate and exercise. Then also taking some time out for you, connecting with your loved ones. I mean, your sons and daughters and spouse, having some time to discuss and, say whatever you want to say, even it's your expectation. Don't keep it inside. Just say it. Sometimes it helps as well. So I think these 3-4 things actually really help people. And things which really passionate me is when I'm really into, creating something new, some new idea, cultivating it, putting it. Just yesterday, I got some new idea with reference to the academy. And I was determined that I have to finish the presentation by night. And I did half of the slides. And I did them. I mean, today I'm going to submit it. So,
wow. That deserves a clap.
Thank you. So this happens again with those 4 points which I mentioned. If you are on a continuous journey of developing your wisdom about self-awareness, environment awareness, and EQ, and you are gaining knowledge, you are open to gain knowledge of every area. This actually helps in cultivating itself into your wisdom, and you have an action plan. You are continuously learning. Moments will come, opportunities will come, and you will then fit in yourself, in those moments and opportunities. And this is what I'm doing.
Wow. I don't see questions coming from our viewers right now. However, it brings me to my final question for you. When you talk about entrepreneurship excellence, you have taken us through the importance of being self-aware, getting to know ourselves, and then also our environment, and then getting to know others, because inevitably, as entrepreneurs, you are going to be serving clients. It's important for you to gather that knowledge and then know what your clients or your customers want from you. We all hear that entrepreneurs are risk takers, and it is important that before you take a risk, you try to find out who has gone that way before and what can you learn from those people who have gone ahead, so you avoid certain clear mistakes. And what I keep saying is, if I have the opportunity to shorten my learning curve, I will do that rather than suffer through the finding the gaps and channels myself. Would you recommend mentoring or coaching for up and coming entrepreneurs as something that is vital. And in answering that question, whether you would recommend mentoring or coaching, who in the entrepreneurial space has been your role models, either through books or direct contact? Have you had coaching yourself, or do you have mentors yourself?
Yeah, very important question and very, very good question. And I would definitely, surely uh, tell people, recommend this, that mentoring and coaching is really, really important. Even I have coach, and every successful person in this entrepreneurship journey has a coach or a mentor. You cannot go somewhere without any coach telling you, how to avoid the mistakes and how to take the right steps. So that is very important. That is the unique point of Zenfusion Academy, that whatever we are training, whatever new adaptation we are bringing in with the current situational changes, coaching is the integral part of our trainings. Coaching is the integral. That's why we are also the partners of Ericsson International Canada, and all the coaching certifications can be offered, can be obtained from Zenfusion Academy with reference to Ericsson. So coaching is really very important. I'm also a member of ACP, which is Association Coaching Practitioners of Ghana. We all discuss this, that every time coaching always help you to move forward. Number one, coaching always help you to bring your ideas, pop up. The thing with the chit chat which is going on inside your mind, coaching actually helps you and support you to bring that outside, to reflect on that. And it really encourages people to have a big canvas, the big idea, the bird's eye view in front of you, so that you can move forward. So absolutely, coaching and mentoring is really
Very
brilliant.
important.
And
Thank Before you touch on that, I'm still watching the time because I know you are very busy, and I promised you it was going to be very brief. I want us to welcome Faye Najada, and she is asking this question: how did you make yourself do it when fear can stop you, especially when you live in a collective culture? Would you want to address that whilst you end on your earlier
definitely.
response?
See, there are two, 3 points. First of all, these cultural problems, system blames, government problems are everywhere. So the thing is, that's why I'm bringing attention every time of your self-awareness. When you are self-aware, definitely you know the answers to every problem, every break which is coming up or hurdle in front of you. If I see the question is, how did you make yourself do it? That is
Do it.
why continuous determination. When you have
Mm.
determination, where you have insights, where you have, see, just recently I was learning from my mentor. He's from Pakistan, and Mr. Rizvi, his name is Mr. Rizvi. So he was mentioning that just now, if you look up, what do you see? Just do it. Let's do it, Patricia. Look up. What do you see?
You see in the sky. In my room, I know the roof is there, but I believe the sky is beyond.
Yes, because you are a visionary person. So that's the difference between a person looking the environment and system blocks and government policies and inflation rate all around us as the blockages for our movement. But if you are a visionary person, you actually see beyond the possibilities,
Mm,
beyond the hurdles which are visible from this eye. You are actually looking from your mind's eye. So I
definitely.
made it possible because I was looking from my mind's eye every time, and I will
So
do it.
right. And that was a clear motivator for you to
Of
keep
course.
overcoming those hurdles. And I believe as you face the hurdles, you would go back to your coach or your mentor to find out how you can break through that barrier, or how you can navigate around that barrier in order to continue making progress. And I know there is so much to discuss. Entrepreneurship is so broad, and to talk of entrepreneurship excellence is even broader.
Yeah.
This, I hope, would give us an opportunity to host you again in the future
Sure.
to touch
Anytime.
on specific areas. And it has been a pleasure having you in the chat room. I have certainly learned a lot from you, especially how to continue managing that family and work, finding that balance. And I love the fact that you have the kids supporting, also learning to be creative. And I think that is really awesome, especially for women who are entrepreneurs, how we can take advantage of the opportunities around us to sort of involve the family in learning the things that we're learning. When I was pursuing my executive master's degree in entrepreneurial management, because I'm passionate about simply helping managers and helping entrepreneurs to understand all those nitty gritties and how they can overcome it. In terms of, if I'm consulting for you and helping you to resolve those bottlenecks and problems, and you realize that a lot of us confuse business in the general sense with entrepreneurship. So in closing, can you help us identify the clear differences between a businessman or woman and an entrepreneur?
I guess in a short way, I can say entrepreneurs create legacies. And if you try to understand business, it's like mathematical calculation of your profits. So a business can be any person who is buying some clothes and selling for some profit for a short term. But if there is a legacy, the brand itself will actually go through many, many years, even after the person who established it is not there. And entrepreneurship is a long-term way. It's a beautiful way.
And it evolves, doesn't it? Because sometimes you find that you have that idea, and as you keep going along the journey, learning how to bring that idea out and birth it, you realize sometimes you need to add different ideas from other sources through collaboration, and then it becomes something even bigger. And
yes,
so
absolutely.
I love the fact that you mentioned it's a journey.
And that's why continuous learning is important, because then you have to quickly adapt the changes coming up in the environment.
All right. Well, as I said, I have enjoyed the session. I wish it wouldn't end. However, like everything in life, we know that time is money, and whatever has a beginning has an end. I am so grateful having you in our studios today, sharing your insights, your experiences, right from Pakistan into Ghana. And I'm sure with your online business, you are reaching out all over the globe and touching many lives, making that impact that entrepreneurs always love to make. As a social entrepreneur, I know that sometimes when people are not seeing the profit and the margins, they sort of want to give up. But I want to encourage social entrepreneurs out there, do not give up, because the impact, as Munnira has said, of entrepreneurs is the legacy you leave behind. And trust in the process and the journey, and believe that as you continue to strive towards excellence, you would have the support that is needed to shape that business, or to sort of water and nurture that seed of idea into becoming something really flourishing and making impact. Thank you, our viewers. Please continue to share our videos on Facebook and on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, DT and Patricia. I need you to subscribe so that we can rename it per YouTube policies. Thank you once again. And Munnira, let's have your final words.
Thank you so much, Patricia, for having me as your guest. I really enjoyed being here with you once again. By the way, I guess we share the same birth month as well. So that's another, good collaboration of ours. And I really appreciate your good work here. You are doing a wonderful job of bringing people here, sharing knowledge. Again, it's a wonderful way of helping your society, helping the community to learn from each other. The last thing I would like to leave here, actually 2 sentences. One is that learn to see through fogs, and that is only possible if you have developed your wisdom. And second thing is that knowledge conquer barriers. So keep amplifying your wisdom and keep attaining knowledge, and the rest of the things will settle itself.
Wow. I love that. Knowledge will conquer the barriers. Keep learning, and you will certainly arrive at your destination. Well, viewers, this is the end of our show today. Don't forget that it is going to be a recurrent program. I have lined up amazing guests from all over the world who are coming to share their experiences, their stories, their passions with us. Because especially in this lockdown mode, one thing that personally I went through was that brief moment where I thought everything was going to be over. How do I continue with my passion? How do I continue to reach out to my audience and to let them know of all the plans and all the things that I want to bring to them? But we have an opportunity to come online and connect with a greater audience, an international audience, a global audience. Do not miss the Paris Horizon chat room series. Be a part of the series, and I'm sure you're going to learn a lot that is going to challenge, inspire, and motivate you to keep scaling higher heights. Until next time, it's bye-bye for me, Patricia Chifa-Mensah-Lakai, founder of Paris Horizon, and our special guest, Munnira Sheikh from Zenfusion Academy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Whilst Munnira takes her leave, I want to continue reminding all our audience, please follow our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and be part of our journey. We look forward to bringing you insightful discussions, and hopefully it is going to continue inspiring and motivating you, giving you tips, lessons, and helping you shorten your own learning curve so that you can continue offering your clients, your target audience, that passion that lies within you. Thank you.